ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen.
Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement? Do you believe that Iran is
Yeah, I do. They violated, but Israel violated it too.
questioning
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
daddy.
The way Trump said the F word, has he ever even said the F word on TV? I felt that like in my soul. I think Republicans and Democrats are like, oh, daddy's pissed.
So all the Democrats and the liberals and the communists who are crying on TikTok and elsewhere, like having mental health breakdowns, tattooing themselves blue, shaving their heads and whatnot, like, you need to understand something. Donald Trump is your daddy, and you need to get over it. Okay? Okay. You're welcome.
When they see peace starting to like break out again around the world, they're going to be like, this is the stability that we were asking for. Daddy's back. And that's what you're going to see.
The chief of NATO has just called President Trump daddy. That's right. President Trump has taken the members of NATO from freeloaders to fanboys. And just like that, they went from Orange Man bad to Orange Man dad. And the memes are glorious.
Party's over. Dad's home.
They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like you can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes, then it's easy to stop them.
And then daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
You have to use strong language. Everyone's like.
Trump ended the 12-day war, and now Europe's calling him daddy. And daddy likes it.
Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No? He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
The language that you have used when talking to Donald Trump has been notable because of its flattery. Today you called him daddy. You sent a text message to him that was gushing with praise. Is this the way that you feel you have to act when doing business with the US president, through flattery and praise? Isn't it a bit demeaning, and doesn't it make you look weak?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a bit of a question of taste, but I think he's a good friend. And when he is doing stuff which is forcing us to, for example, when it comes to making more investments, would you ever think that this would be the result of this summit if he would not have been elected president? Do you really think that the 7 or 8 countries who said, yeah, somewhere in the 2030s we might meet the 2%, we've now all decided in the last 4 or 5 months to get to 2%? So doesn't he deserve some praise? And when it comes to Iran, the fact that he took this decisive action, very targeted, to make sure that Iran would not be able to get its hands on a nuclear
Yo, do I got a mic? Mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. If that's the case, we back. What's going on, everybody? We back again. We back again. I don't know what happened. A little technical difficulties, but I'm gonna get back into my ish because I was rolling for a second and I feel like I got cheated. Got cheated. Technical difficulties. Yep, the technical difficulties got me. Let me see what I can do to rectify the situation. Let me see. So, oh yeah, we was on call him daddy. They was calling this man daddy. Crazy work.
Clear capability. I think he deserves all the praise.
Said daddy was going to leave the family. But look at him front and center in the family photo. They said he was going to abandon NATO, but America first doesn't mean America alone. And now the Europeans can't stop saying, thank you, daddy.
You are a man of strength, but you're also a man of peace. And the fact that you are now also successful in getting the ceasefire done between Israel and Iran, I really want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
And I think this is important for the whole world. And on spending, it's absolutely true. I want to state here, without President Trump, this would not have happened.
Europe's thanking Trump for making them spend more money. Happy wife, happy life.
Wow.
Liv's crying about President Trump being called daddy like he hasn't been their daddy for the past 10 years.
I swear to God. Straight up been they pops. You know
Project 2020.
Hold on. Straight up been they pops, man. I'm going to go ahead and reach out, man, see if I can get my boy Yellow Beezy to come up here and chop it up with me about this here. You know, give me a California perspective and stuff. So if you want to come in, you know, the link is in the chat. Come holler at your boy. We'll talk about some things, man. But boy, it's been buck wild, man. This is hilarious, man. I'm your daddy. You're my daddy. It is wild. But the crazy thing about it is it did not even stop there, man. It was just insane. The things that was going on with Trump, White House, everything. You okay, you go over to Europe and they calling you daddy. Okay. You get home and you broker a peace deal between Rwanda and the Congo. Okay. And this happens on Friday. You know, you do all of this and you get basically every NATO country to go to 5%, you know, of investment into NATO. And they weren't trying to do none of that. And you mean to tell me that he's able to do all of that? And the boy gets no credit. I'm talking about no credit. None. They didn't get that man no credit.
Yo, what's good, Derek?
No, yeah, I'm talking about no credit. They ain't give Trump no credit, bruh.
That Hey,
For
if it was,
nothing. This man could reinvent the wheel, make it faster. No credit, bruh. No credit.
that's a sad part, man. That's
Yeah, no credit.
everything he's doing. Like fake news media loves to down talk it and spin their own perspective.
Call me daddy. It's been a hell of a week, man, for that dude, man. Last week was crazy. Now you got to think about the stuff that we coming up to and think about where we were last year, man. This dude had this debate with this cat, I think. What was that?
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, right. It's coming up soon, like when it happened, and then like a week later, and then the week later they tried to blow his brains out.
Yeah.
So we in that era now, you know what I'm saying, around that time.
He survived it and he still won.
And he on a straight up winning streak. Straight up winning streak. Like I've never seen before. I have not seen a president do this good in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? And it means a lot to me to know that we got somebody in our corner, man, that's really doing what he got to do. It's really doing what he got to do to make sure that we, as American people, are straight, are safe, are, we not going through all the extra, and it's just amazing to me that you got people that just can't feel it. They too Trump deranged, man. They can't even handle it. I mean, the man goes over, the man gets a piece. Look, dude cusses at the media, jumps on a plane,
Sure
get on the phone with Netanyahu, cuss him clean out, upside down, because that if he dropped that F-bomb, that wasn't the last one he dropped after he walked off like a pimp. You know what I'm saying? Because that whole scenario for me with Trump and the F-bomb, that was the best bomb that he dropped out of all the bombs he dropped, even in Iran, even, that to me, I'm like, yeah, he ain't about that play. He ain't no plaything.
Yeah. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They don't know what the fuck they doing, bro. I swear it was the best thing ever. I'm talking about when you getting ready for work and you are a supporter of Trump, or you're a conservative, or sometimes you got to let people know what it is, and you already know. He like, do you understand that? I mean, this is simple math. Baby, they've been fighting for years before I was even born, before Trump was even born, way before you was even born. These two countries been going at each other's throat forever. So they don't know what they're doing. It's in their DNA.
Yeah,
to sit here and
the problem.
Yeah.
The problem, they don't do business. They just do whatever their little puppet masters tell them to pull their strings.
So you go over here, you get on the phone while you in the air, cuss out Netanyahu, tell him to turn your little punk ass planes around. You know how I am. You won't get no more dough. You won't get no more bread. Nothing. And I'm going to smack you with some sanctions on top of all of that. Okay, I'll turn the planes around and turn them right around. Then he get off the plane, getting treated like a king again. That's why they say no kings, because they see America don't like how he gets treated on the world stage. Democrats can't stand it.
Yeah.
Because your narrative didn't even reach across. It didn't even reach across the ocean. Maybe in some places, but the way that you thought it did, no. There are more people in the world with actual sense than there are nut jobs. No matter how you slice it or dice it. So he get over there and get the welcome and get the daddy comment. That daddy comment go crazy. These are things he's not asking for. Like, dude said, hey, sometimes daddy got to come and regulate. And that's what he been doing. He been regulating, making sure stuff get regular again. We gonna regulate. We gonna do some regulating here. So then, after all of that, he get back. Ceasefire still on. They still lying over there, talking about whatever is going on with whatever. They telling whatever lie they can. in order to try to.
They're talking about the World War III started with.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to have a nuke on our head right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about dropped on us. Boom, just because. Now, this is what I'm saying. Didn't he strike Yemen in the beginning of the presidency?
Yeah.
Did he need?
His first presidency, right?
No, this presidency.
Yeah, it's the only time he dropped some on Iran. That was it.
But they did a strike in Yemen, right?
Mm-hmm. Not that I know. Iran, he only struck Iran. The other presidents, they struck on other countries. Like
no, he didn't just strike Iran. He did a strike earlier this year.
Forgot what he struck at.
It was Yemen, and they was more worried about the information from the communications with Pete Hegseth than they was worried about the presidential powers. And that was a strike, and he didn't ask nobody to do that. They wasn't even tripping off of that. They was tripping off of, oh my God, this stuff got out, and anybody could have got it. Now, as you can see, they projected because now there's a leak because somebody leaked the preliminary report to CNN, and they went crazy over it. So the Democrats have been all about the leaks. They own the leaks. They are the leak.
Mm-hmm.
And they so crazy, you can't trust, and Trump's smart, I ain't telling y'all nothing because y'all hate me so much that y'all will put the country at risk doing espionage.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, that's what I see. You'll be on some espionage type shit. Giving up our information. So he having this week, and I'm going through the week. I don't want to get distracted to get lost. So he get back. Next thing you know, on Friday, he brokered a peace deal between the Congo and
Netanyahu.
Rwanda. I'm telling you. Then on top of all of that, the Supreme Court done stopped the courts for giving these nationwide injunctions. Then the Supreme Court said that he can go along and do his birthright citizenship thing.
And you know what? Everybody flipping out about that too.
The man is winning, and look, it's not like he doing it. It's the law. Y'all trying to make the law what y'all want it to be, but the law is the law. And when the Supreme Court get a hold of it, they're gonna look at it, and then it's a good thing we only got 3 left-wing lunatics on the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, next thing you know, it's gonna be all because you got Johnson, that lady's name, I forgot her name, who doesn't know what a woman is, who's a woman herself.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got all of that going on, man. It's all of that going on. Okay. He get back, Friday hit, and he get this peace deal. Now, this between 2 African nations has been fighting forever. This racist man, okay? That if he's so racist, then he would want to watch Rwanda and the Congo kill each other. He wouldn't care, right? But he brokers peace in that regard, and then he gets the lady up there, the reporter lady, and this happens.
I spoke with the people on the street. I spoke with youth. They know your name. They know that our president named President Trump is working hard to finally bring peace to the country.
I've seen this.
Have hope for a better day in Congo. They see what you're doing as a better future for Congo. And I had opportunity to sit down with President Felix Tshisekedi for an interview because I want to understand his mind, as he's thinking, his feeling about everything that your administration is doing. And he told me firsthand that for many years, many American presidents overlooked this conflict. They didn't do nothing. Even myself, I covered President Biden's administration. I pressed many times about this conflict. People are dying in Congo. This country has so much potential, but they need help because this war is destroying the country. They never gave me any answer. And he told me, President Tshisekedi, that you have no idea, he's very thankful for what you're doing, for what your administration is doing. Not only him, the entire Congolese people, they see that finally they will have hope. And President Tshisekedi also mentioned at the end of my interview that when peace finally comes to Democratic Republic of the Congo, he's thinking to nominate you as a Nobel Prize Peace. Because
Stop. Wait, did you hear that?
Woo.
Did you hear that? I heard
the Nobel Prize.
Yeah, that's the second. That's the second
Damn, Derek, he's so racist.
I'm talking about a winning streak, man. Come on, dog. This is crazy. He's already been the man of the year. You know, last year. He'll probably be the man of the year this year.
This year again.
Then you talking about Nobel Peace Prizes?
Come on now.
You talking about letting the king of R&B out of jail, hopefully?
Yeah. Whew.
Man, this dude, I'm gonna tell you like this. We as a country don't deserve a president as good. I mean,
honestly, I don't see nothing wrong he's doing.
Dude, I mean, you gotta look at it like this. I didn't see Obama do this much.
No.
You know, be this proactive, be this, you know, and I'm talking about, I didn't see George Bush. I didn't see George Bush Sr., Bill Clinton. None of them be this active, this transparent, this, you know, letting the country know and pretty much have a vested interest in what he's actually doing, you know. And the thing about it is, if people really pay attention, they are literally trying to block what the American people voted for. They're trying to block everything that the American people as a whole, said.
Is basically trying to go against our wishes.
Right.
Because they're not happy. It's not our problem that they're not happy.
Right.
Well, if you would have stopped saying about Trump and hating Trump so much.
I mean, it's the hate for me. That's what it is for me. It's the hate. It's like there's so much hate in these people's hearts when it comes to this man. And it's like, dude, so we're going to keep it moving. Nobel Prize, man. I think so.
You deserve. You have been working to bring peace in the world, not only in the Congo, and he's very hopeful to meet you in the future.
That's so nice, boy, and that's so beautifully stated. And Caroline said, number one, she did say, and I shouldn't say this because it's politically incorrect. She said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful. I'm not.
You see that? She melted. You saw that? She. Hold on. She felt that in her spirit. Wait a minute. Slow down. Wait, we got it back. Oh, she felt that in her spirit.
And I shouldn't say this because it's politically
What?
incorrect. She said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to say that, you know. That could be the end of my political career, but I'll say it anyway. But you are beautiful, and you're beautiful inside. So I wish I had more reporters like you. You covered Africa for a long time?
Yes, for over 10 years.
Wow.
I covered even your first administration.
Yes, I know that. That's great.
She is kind of fine. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah.
I'm like, He like, You can say, woo wee. He's like, Melania will kill me. Oh my goodness.
But he is right though. We need more reporters like that.
Yeah, I mean, she told the truth. Biden didn't care. Obama and them didn't care. You know, you can do more things. You can do plenty things. You know, they wanted to concentrate on fulfilling certain agendas. You know, it wasn't about bringing peace. You know, and this man is brokering world peace. I mean, he's brokering world peace across the country, across the world. Well, across the world, and we can't get it together here. And that's the crazy part about it. It's like, what?
Look at basketball by on the side.
Man, I'm here to tell you.
I saw this, man. I was like, man, we voted for the right guy.
Right. So, you know, we right now are in the midst of the big, beautiful bill.
Yes.
trying to get it passed and everything.
And now Chuck Schumer and them want to read it. I'm like, you talking about this bill, this bill, that. This tells me y'all ain't never read a
they
bill.
reading the bill as a filibuster, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, y'all just now want to read this bill? But
right.
Fuck her.
Let's see what's going on with the big, beautiful bill, though. Let's check it out. Let's see what's happening.
Now,
Lindsey Davis, man.
All-nighter on Capitol Hill. The Senate narrowly advancing President Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill, but much more work is ahead to get the tax
It's not
cut.
so-called, stupid.
And one Republican senator is feeling the pressure after opposing the legislation. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien back on Capitol Hill tonight.
Tonight, on the eve of a marathon series of votes on President Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill.
You see how they do that, but I put the left-wing media out there because that's just ridiculous. I mean, the news is the news, but so-called that he called it that's what it is.
A stunning twist. One of the bill's most outspoken GOP opponents drawing Trump's ire and announcing he will not run for re-election. Senator Thom Tillis, one of two Republicans who voted against advancing Trump's signature bill last night, writing his decision not to seek a third term is not a hard choice. Just hours earlier, Trump blasting the GOP senator for his opposition to the legislation in a lengthy social media post, threatening to support primary challengers against him and saying he made a big mistake for America. Tillis concerned over the bill's proposed cuts to Medicaid, now warning that lawmakers who embrace bipartisanship independence are, quote, becoming an endangered species. Following a standstill on the Senate floor, Trump's mega bill finally inching forward, a key procedural hurdle just before midnight after one GOP opponent, Senator Ron Johnson, flipped from no to yes.
3211 of the National Nuclear Security Administration Act.
Democrats lacking the numbers to block Trump's agenda, delaying the final vote in the Senate by forcing a reading of the entire roughly 1,000-page bill all night long. It took more than 15 hours. Once adamant he wants the bill passed by July 4th, Trump now acknowledging that may not be possible.
I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you that if we're 2 days late or 5 days late, everybody says, oh, he had a tremendous failure. Whatever it is, as long as we have it, it's very important.
The centerpiece of the president's legislative agenda, the bill includes roughly $4 trillion in tax cuts and fulfills some key campaign promises like no taxes on tips and overtime. Republicans trying to cover the cost with cuts to programs like Medicaid, leading to an estimated 11.8 million Americans potentially losing their health coverage.
Every time these fools do numbers wrong. Every single time they get to talk about numbers, they were wrong. They were wrong about the tariffs. They was wrong about, just pretty much, anything economic that deals with him. They was wrong about the nuclear weapons. They was just wrong, but they was wrong about the election and everything. Anytime they need to shut up. Stop talking about numbers. You don't know nothing about numbers.
You really don't.
Obviously, you don't.
They just throwing numbers out there instead of like thinking for yourself, what's this? What's this? But no.
Leave the numbers out of it. You can't count. Shut up.
For the next decade, and by slashing Biden-era clean energy incentives like solar panel tax credits, vital to small businesses like Micah Gold Markell's in Philadelphia. Some of his employees voted for Trump, he says.
And I'm concerned that we would have to have the size of our company.
Oh, soy boy, for real. You saw him. Straight soy. It's not that ain't no man.
Ain't always about you.
It's just gonna hurt my business. Shut up.
Talking about 30 jobs.
We're
At least, 'cause
talking
you have
about
60
30
employees.
jobs. That's right. I mean, it hurts to say that.
Billionaire Elon Musk, meanwhile, once again bashing the bill, concerned about nonpartisan estimates that it would add more than $3 trillion to the national debt, and calling cuts to wind and solar utterly insane and destructive.
The man ran on it. He talked about solar energy and how ridiculous it is and the fact that it kills birds and all that. That just go to show you they don't pay no attention, or they know that their constituents don't pay attention to anything.
Oh, Lindsey Davis, we ain't forgot about you. We all know how you are.
Man, yeah, Lindsey a fool.
Brian joins us now from the Capitol. Jay, we're hearing late word from President Trump tonight with a new warning for any more Republicans who would oppose this bill. What's he saying?
Yeah, Lindsay, after that surprise announcement from
What the hell is
Tillis,
Frank
President
Red
Trump
doing?
delivering a message to any hardline Republicans who might oppose the spending in this bill, warning, remember, quote, you still have to get reelected. Don't go too crazy. Senate Majority Leader John Thune can only afford to lose 3 Republicans on that final vote, expected to drag well into tomorrow. And if it gets out of the Senate, this bill will have to go back to the House, where the original version only passed by a single vote. Lindsay.
Jay, thank you.
Well, there you have it, buddy. When it comes to the big, beautiful bill, that's where these fools is acting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They act
It's gonna slash.
man.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
you
man.
know, it kind of is what it is, man. We living in a world where we got people that just don't understand what the heck is happening, what the heck is going on. So in that, we just have to do what we do and bring the news, baby, the way we can bring it.
That's all we can do.
The way we can bring it. Yeah, my man D-Map say that woman fine. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she could. Boy, beat up met
Yep.
her, you know, and boy, she look like she don't smell like curry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a
Yeah,
stereotype.
that Lindsay Davis one way at a player, man.
Yeah, that woman is that was a pretty African queen right there for real, in real life. In real life. So, you know, and Trump acknowledged that. And if he was racist, he wouldn't have said nothing about that. He'd be like, man, all right, moving right along.
Mm-hmm.
Moving right along, you know.
Because Bill Clinton, Bush, none of them. They just too busy being pulled by the puppet masters.
I mean, did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all.
But once this man stepped in, oh my God. Well, he already told you he ain't no puppet. You're used to it.
And that's the killer. That's what kills the Democratic narrative, man. The fact that this is not a politician. This is a leader.
Mm-hmm.
He's an actual leader. He's leading. And he was leading in the polls, and y'all were lying about it. He led in the election, and y'all lying about it. He's leading. He's trying to show you how to do
the job
what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You need to relax and take notes. The majority rules. You can't be on 80-20 issues all the time and expect for 80 for you to get 80-20 results. No, your numbers are off. You history.
Yeah, and then Jasmine Crockett's talking about I'm supposed to be the one to say yes or no. The ghetto chick regarding
I already know about her, but she's already lost her. She was trying to be the oversight person, and she was going to try to go after Trump. Thank God that she's done and she's toast.
Yep. Because everybody's seen the character she's playing.
Yeah, I mean she's not.
It's a damn
right. She ain't that, man. You know, it kind of is what it is, man. You know, you just have to roll with it because you got people out here that love foolishness.
Yeah.
You know, they love the
foolishness. Some of our people love that foolishness still, and I still don't get why they do.
Yeah, they do. They love it, man. They
mean,
love
like,
it. She is one of the foolish ones, and it's like, okay.
And she's not even from the ghetto either. That's the funny part.
She's putting up a front, you know, seriously, and
she's putting up the ghetto mask.
And some people fell for it, some people didn't, and you know, I would just hope that, you know, a lot of people are aware of what and who she is.
Yeah, that's what the Democrats is really good at. They are the best when it comes to pandering.
Definitely.
Well,
yeah, go ahead. What was you saying?
Yeah, they're best at pandering. And definitely around the election cycle, they're always trying to bring these celebrities. Just because you're going to bring a celebrity to your rallies and all that, you still never get a vote for me, no matter what.
Absolutely not. It means nothing.
But I used to, every time I used to watch Democratic rallies and stuff, I always saw these big names at these rallies. I'm like, isn't the person supposed to be running and supposed to actually talk and not get the celebrity to do your bidding?
I mean, that's the way that it works. This way, you know, this is how the Democrats think that it works. But when you get a real celebrity that know what time it is, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, to tell the truth, you can't handle it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I remember when he was governor here in Cali. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But when he said on The View, man, they didn't like that. I'm like,
They could,
bro. He's from Austria.
yeah, they could not handle it. You know, so I mean, it kind of is what it is. You know, people can only handle what they can handle. So, you know, but on that note, man, we're gonna keep it short and keep it sweet tonight.
Yes.
You know, I was out at a whole pool party yesterday, so I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. I'm getting to that point where I can't be kicking it like that. I gotta for real. I gotta get home in a decent hour on a Saturday. I can't be out here.
Dude, I tell you this, man, with that big, beautiful bill, especially the job I'm gonna start doing, because I'm about to be an electrician. I want, man, it's gonna be good for us.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you know, people don't understand it. It's the people who just don't listen to the media. They listen to people who listen to the media and it's left wing media, and they don't know. So
yeah, I started waking up. Sorry to say one last thing. When I started waking up, when I was starting to see what was going on with these narratives about, you know, Mr. Kelly and all that, I was like, that's why I woke up. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of y'all. You're not really giving us what people need to really hear. So from then on, I started doing my own homework.
Oh yeah, you got to. I mean, you got to do your own research. I mean, it's just as important as anything. A person can tell you something all day, but until you do the work and figure it out for yourself, you're gonna be in trouble. You know, you're basically gonna be tethered to what someone told you instead of, you know, what you actually know. Yep. But on that note, y'all, you know, we're gonna get up out of here. It's been a pleasure, Mr. Yella Beezy. Thank you for coming in on the Sunday. We gonna you know, keep the content rolling, of course. You know, get a little busy sometimes, but I ain't forgot about y'all, and I'm gonna be more consistent. Been more consistent lately, and there's a lot going on. The holiday weekend coming up, birthday coming up. There's a lot coming up. We got a lot coming up, man. You know, so
I almost got 3 months of school left, so I'm good.
Right. So we gonna definitely get it in. We definitely gonna kick it, and we're gonna talk about some of these things. And you never know with Trump what's gonna happen tomorrow. So you never know. I might be on live tomorrow. Like, oh my goodness, man, the gas
time. So
the gas is at 99 cents a gallon. Jesus Christ. We've made it. You know, seriously. I mean, it'll be crazy. You know, I would love to see a 25-cent bag of chips again.
Shoot. Hey, man.
I would love to see a little Debbie cake that's 50 cents instead of $2.45.
And they be small too.
Yeah, I would love to see that. So big, beautiful bill. Come on, no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime. You know, we're gonna close. We're gonna build the wall. We are going to do everything that Trump said that he was going to do. You know, in the campaign, we're gonna get these people up out of here. Quit playing with me. If you don't belong, you a criminal and you crazy. Then if it's only 10% up, get that 10%. Then get that 1.5 million people up out of here. Get them up out of here. Get them out the paint. And for those for those of y'all who doing good jobs and y'all working in cleaning services and things like that, and y'all done popped up with a food truck and all that, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you did that right, because I like me a good, soap. I really do. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Y'all get down, y'all get down, and you do actually try to be entrepreneurs when you get here. Some of you, some of them. Everybody got they lazy. Everybody got their criminals. We're gonna figure out the rest once we get the derelicts out. So if your homie, your friend is ain't shit, don't be sitting up here crying when they come take their ain't shit ass. Let ICE go and take that criminal. You know what I'm saying? You knew he wasn't shit. For real. Come on now. So at the end of the day, we're going to get it done, man. Trump has been winning. It's been a big, beautiful week. We got a beautiful Independence Day coming up, the 250th of our country's existence.
Mm-hmm.
And we should be proud to be American citizens.
And thank God for America.
Right. And the fact that for our 250th, we have a president that actually gives us shit.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, let's hope he get R. Kelly pardoned.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It might be a summertime thing, might be in the fall. You never know. You know, but I think it'll happen soon. He got a lot on his plate right now, and you have to understand that. You know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot
I know.
going
I've been
on.
seeing people in the comments talk about he need to do that. I'm like, man, this man got.
I mean, he need to do it, but at the end of the day, he got a lot on his plate. You got to be patient. You know what I'm saying? We got to save the world, because if the world blow up, it don't matter if you flip free R. Kelly, because he gonna blow up right along with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
It's all about getting that ceasefire, all about getting that peace deal, so we don't have no wars. And then maybe
now,
after all this goes
definitely,
down,
if he once he stops the Ukraine war, he needs a Nobel Peace Prize. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. You know, we be playing around with it seriously. Absolutely 100% seriously.
Yeah. So yeah, we got to deal with all this first, man.
Yeah, we got. You know what I'm saying? You can't hustle backwards, because you know, for real, straight up.
Even though I know a lot of you say, "Oh, you pardon a few other people." I'm like, well, it's just a little at a time.
Right.
That was just a few people. Todd and Julie, it was just a few.
Right.
Young
Absolutely. We just got to display some patience, man. We love the king of R&B. God got him just like God got Trump. We gonna get it all the way together, man. But on that note, we're gonna go ahead. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Y'all stay vigilant out here in these streets. You know, stay aware. Keep your head on that swivel. You feel me? Keep it swiveling, because boy, it be going down. You be a bobblehead out here. Keep it moving. All right, so we up out of here, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody that came in the chat. Everybody that watched the live tonight. Y'all have a good evening.